It's Platt, and today I drank a Macaroon. That's next to Platt's Beer of the Week. So the particular beer I have today is Coconut Macaroon, part of the bakery series from the Brewery. We reviewed one of their beers before. I believe the name of it was So Happen It's Tuesday. That was a reference to Black Tuesday that started the Great Depression. As far as the spelling of the brewery, it's spelled B-R-U-E-R-Y. It's a little take on the name. The brewery itself was founded by a gentleman named Patrick Rue in 2008 in Placentia, California. Hopefully I said that one right. The name's a combination of the word brewery and then his name, Rue, R-U-E, so a little hybrid there. Patrick got into home brewing when he was in law school, and it's one of those hobbies, once you get into it, you kind of dive in and you want to learn everything, and Patrick jumped in with both feet. Patrick has become a master cicerone. Now, that's the equivalent to a master sommelier in the wine industry. It's very tough to do. I'm like a level 1 cicerone, or what they call a beer cicerone certified beer server. The master cicerone thing is just next level. So Patrick definitely dove right in. Now, the concept for the brewery was that he wanted to create experimental ales done in a traditional Belgian style. Now, the Belgians are kind of the mad scientists of the beer world and kind of the exact opposites of their neighbors in Germany. Germany has beer purity laws. There's only 4 things in beers. You're not throwing in random stuff, where the Belgians, and indirectly the brewery, following that style, will put anything to a beer: coriander, orange peel. They'll use wild yeast, lactobacillus, different types of sugar. They're willing to kind of put anything in there and kind of push the envelope, which is kind of cool. One of the things cool they also do at the brewery is their barrel age program. Now, most breweries have some variation of this, but they take it to the next level. Roughly half their beers are barrel aged. And if you understand the time commitment and the economic commitment to that, that's pretty impressive, to say the least. In 2010, they did something else unique. They opened what was called the Brewery Provisions. It was a shop connected to the tap room. You know, they obviously sold some merchandise, but they also sold wine and cheese and charcuterie plates, and it was a bottle shop, and just a nice little addition to a regular tap room. Now, they ended up closing it in 2013 just to kind of save more resources, kind of more focus on the beer. Apparently someone's come in now and taken over, so there is that option if you go visit the brewery, which is kind of cool. In 2017, Patrick sold a majority stake of the company to a Boston-based private equity firm. The last few years, private equities has started stepping in and buying up some of these breweries. They're kind of picking up what the big breweries, the big beer companies aren't picking up. So it's just another person in the marketplace, you could say. Speaking of beers, let's talk about their other beers, because they got a really huge variety of beers. And they tend to be bigger, maltier, more of your pastry stouts. They're not doing a lot of IPAs, and they're not doing a lot of light beers, I could just say. The first beer we want to talk about is American Anthem. This beer is an annual release. I'm going to talk about the 2019 release. 14.2%. It's a double brown ale. Now, you don't see a lot of that style, but I would love to see that style get a little more popular, because I really like the concept of it. Next is Mischief, great name for a beer, 8.5% ABV. This is a Belgian strong ale, probably one of the more highly acclaimed beers from the brewery. It won gold at the 2016 Great American Beer Festival. The next beer I want to talk about is one I would love to find, because it just sounds just wonderful. It's called Vermont Sticky Maple. 11.3% ABV. This beer is made with real maple syrup and then bourbon barrel aged. I can just taste the just thick, sticky goodness in my mouth. Oh my God. Insert joke here. And then finally, we have the bourbon barrel aged 8 Maids of Milking. This comes in at 13.7% ABV. This is part of their 12 Days of Christmas series. They have, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 5 golden rings. Each beer's a little different, and it would be kind of cool to, taste the series. It sounds like something very interesting, to say the least. Well, before we try this particular beer, though, let's check out the stats. So real quick today, before I try this beer, I want to give a quick mention. I've started putting up more content lately. Pretty much since the start of COVID, I've been kind of just doing the beer of the week thing, and that's been about it. I haven't made anything for a while, however. But I'm going to start putting out some more content, and it's going to be a series I wanted to start before COVID kind of got put on hold, and it's called Vegas's Best Bars, and it's where I just show you some of the cool spots to go in town. Not necessarily the high-end bars on the Strip, but we may visit a few of those, but more kind of, you know, a little more economic to you drinkers out there, some of the spots, and also, too, just some fun spots. Some of them are off-strip, and, you know, if you want to kind of get more of a local flair, you can definitely check out these places. But it's called Vegas's Best Bars, and I have a whole playlist up, so check it out if you get a chance. If you're planning on coming to Vegas, definitely some cool spots to hit. Well, enough about that. Let's drink a coconut macaroon. Oh, this pours nice and black. Real dark khaki head. Oh, plenty of malt sweetness just right up the schnoz. You get a little bit of that alcohol too. This is 13%, so we're not... This is, you know, this is not Miller Lite here. Let's give her a try. Oh, man, that is just thick and dark and yummy and malty. You get some of that chocolate. The coconut hits a little later. It's not right up front. It kind of, you know, comes later. When you get a big beer like this, the finish is going to take longer. Just literally, the liquid's more viscous. It's just going to take longer, and that coconut kind of comes in later. But it works. It's you do get that little warming at 13%. I know I'm drinking this in the summer, and there's not a bad time to drink this beer, but this is kind of traditionally more of a wintertime beer. You know, what they'd call a winter warmer. But man, this is just... Man, just thick and good, and it, like I said, the coconut flavor's there. You kind of envision a coconut macaroon, but as big a beer as this is, you start to get, you know, those dark malts. They also start to pick up some of your like red fruits, and you kind of go to toffee and caramel and even darker notes, and then, you know, you're using some really dark malts in there, so you're going to get a little bit of espresso in there and the coffee notes, and those are kind of the dominant flavors. But man, what a really cool beer, and coconut's a nice, you know, addition to all that kind of darkness. You know, I've loved, you know, there's coconut porters out there that are real good. I think coconut works real well with a dark beer, so the brewery's done a pretty good job on this one. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please subscribe down below. Also, please like the video because it lets YouTube know we're putting out good content. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or beers that you'd like me to try, please leave them in the comment section, or you can always contact me on the Twitter page. Till next time, bottoms up.